Wow, what a way to start the stream with a fucking nasty ass burp. What's going on? How we doing? Alright, I just realized I had my fucking phone playing right next to my thing where I had the stream up. So I might have overlaid back into the stream, that's fine. I mean, I've done several parts of this. We know I'm just looking at hundreds of EVs again. I'm hoping that one of them turns white. That's really it. That's really it. But the good news is that if I keep up the same rate I've been keeping up for the last few days, we will hit odds. And this won't take too much longer. Theoretically, this shouldn't take more than another 4 days. Theoretically. That doesn't mean it won't. It just means theoretically it shouldn't. But it can, and there's a solid chance that it will. But I hope not. I hope not. Oh, God. Please, Evie, just be nice to me. Alright. I don't have much else to say. I just gotta wait for people to join up. And I'm gonna get started. Alright. Here's to another day of hunting Eevees, hoping that one of them turns white. We start from 4,500. Oh wait, I have to turn down my YouTube video. Hold on. Before I do my usual. Alright. We start with 4,500. We're probably going to go till 5,000 or until Eevee shines. And we're doing this. And we're doing this. Hopefully we get some more people that join today. I didn't get a lot of people in last night's live stream, so I was a little bored, unfortunately, but you know. As I say all the time with that kind of stuff, I mean, it happens. Alright, and just like that, we're already 5 encounters into this stream. Oh, whoa, not 6, 5. Didn't show up on stream, but I accidentally typed 4506. Like every time I think about doing one of these streams, I'm like, oh yeah, like I feel so amped up because I'm getting closer and closer to odds, and theoretically closer and closer to the Eevee shining. But then it quickly reminds me how shiny hunting works, and that it's not all sunshine and rainbows. Oh man. The frame skip always throws me off because it just seems like it's lagging really badly, but no, it's just because of the frame skip. Like, you'll see when I finally finish this hunt that the game actually is running smoothly. The only way that the only reason my ROM looks kind of janky right now is because I am doing frame skip, so it looks a little laggy or glitchy or whatever. Already 20 into this stream, by the way. Not too shabby. You know me, though. That's just the tip of the iceberg with these streams. Alright, well, already a quarter of the way to the first 100 of the stream. Oh man. I did a little statistical research before this stream because I was curious because obviously I know what the shiny odds are, but I think what a lot of people don't think about is statistically how likely are you to see a shiny by a certain encounter number or less. And I wanted to figure out at what encounter number would I have been 50% likely to have seen the shiny up until that point. And apparently 5,676 encounters in a 1 in 8, 192 hunt means that at any point at that encounter or before that encounter, you would have been 50% likely to have seen a shiny. Meaning, even you could theoretically go under odds and still be kind of unlucky. Like, if you do it in 7,000 encounters, you're still kind of worse than a coin flip in that respect. Which I find so interesting. Best believe I'm going to highlight that encounter number if I remember when I get there. God, Miss Magius is such a terrible shiny. I hate when they ruin good Pokemon with like such terrible shinies. And then they'll give like really bad Pokemon like really good shinies. Mm-hmm. Almost through our first 50. I feel like making good pace. $45, $45. I love Floatzel, dude. Floatzel's just a cool Pokemon. It's easily one of my favorite water types. Definitely top 10 Gen 4 Pokemon for me. Also, 50 encounters in. Oh, oops, sorry, Bill. Did not mean to decline your Eevee. I want that, actually. Oh my god, Gliscor is such a freaking cool Pokemon. Sorry, I'm like watching Pokemon videos on the side and I'm like narrating them without the context. Love Gliscor. Gliscor is really cool. Gliscor is also very good and competitive. Poison Heal, Gliscor. Toxic Orb. Absolutely goated. Oh, zoned out a little bit. My fault. Almost 75 in. We got one more, maybe 3/4 of the way to our first 100. Not bad. I just watched somebody get a shiny Eevee in a different game that isn't this one. It's making me a little mad. What's up, Alex? not sure if you can hear the screaming from my laptop. I'm watching a video on like a group of shiny hunters trying to get all of the Gen 4 shinies in any game possible in 24 hours. Might have been kind of loud. My fault. Alright, this will be 4,600 EVs. I don't really play Fortnite anymore. I used to. Game's kind of been dying recently though, and the choices they've been making in terms of their like, I guess the way that they make their game is very weird to me, especially nowadays. It's not a bad game though. I just don't play it as much anymore. $46.10. Alright, hold on. I gotta find a new YouTube video to watch. Damn, I did like over 130 minutes. It's actually not too bad. Hold on one moment. You know, I'm gonna find somebody doing an HGS shiny only run myself to give me some inspiration. I'll check it in a second. There's obviously a small lands video, but I've already watched that like 5 minutes. You know what? No, I'm gonna watch it again. Fuck it. This is like the original video that like inspired me to do this challenge, so I might as well rewatch it for like 30th time. All right, hold on. I'm gonna take a quick bathroom break, and I'm gonna be right back. Okay, we're back. I should have done my usual thing where like I do an encounter and then I leave and then come back and see if it's shiny. But it's alright. Alright, we're here. Let's keep going. Oh, oops. Freaking YouTube and stupid ads. Hold on. Alright. Oh, is that like an ad blocker? I could do that. I'm not gonna do that in the middle of stream, but it's something. Hopefully, if I remember, that I will get set up, so I don't have to keep, you know. Fucking some people's luck is so crazy. This dude got a shiny Eevee in like 1300 resets. So preposterous. I want my shiny Eevee so bad, dude. I want it so bad. And I can get Gyarados so soon too, so my team's gonna be like so full. Like I'm gonna have a 4-man team, which is like a normal amount of Pokemon for this stage of the game. I want this Eevee so bad, dude. There are other gift Pokemon in this game. Like, there's that gift Dratini, which unironically would be a really good one, but Dragonite's a little late. But to be fair, I would get, I mean, it wouldn't take, I mean, I would have to get to postgame before I finally got one, but do I really want to do another soft reset hunt? Like another gift hunt? I'm not sure about that. Still trying to figure out what my last teammate's gonna be. Oh, oops. I declined Bill. My bad. My fault. Oh my god, what am I doing? That was like the slowest reset of all time. $46.50. Yeah, I just watched somebody get a gift shiny Dratini. Small Land. I watched Small Land get a gift shiny Dratini. Like 25 resets, dude. I hate how lucky some people get, dude. Pisses me off. Sorry, I'm not talking a whole lot. Like I said, this is the worst part of it. This is probably going to be the worst hunt we do. Unless I decide to do another gift Pokemon, which highly contemplating right now. I'm not sure if I want to put myself through that again. Cool. Yeah. Yeah, I did. Oops. 4665. Getting closer and closer to 4,700 each. I had to switch YouTube videos. Alright, let's do this. I think a challenge that I might try in the future is one of those map randomizers in Pokemon where every single loading zone is randomized, meaning that like even though you're in like the first town, going through any door could take you to like a fucking champion's room. Like literally every single loading zone is randomized, but the randomizer works to where like it won't soft lock you as well. And then like the challenge would be you have to find all the gyms in order using that freaking randomizer. Be an interesting challenge. Nice. I've never heard of that show. Oh, it's a YouTube series. Okay, that's cool. I don't know why you needed to specify that. I don't know if this is an insult or not. Your comments seem like AI generated sometimes. Like there's like spurts of like just like normal human comments and then just like random definitions that seem like they were copy and pasted off of Google. I don't mean that in like an insulting way. I'm just an observation I've made. I did copy and paste. Okay. Fair enough. Yes, I did. I saw that. I saw that. I saw that pick. He's cool. Definitely more memorable characters in the Pokemon universe, though. Alright, getting close to 4,700. Come on, Eevee. I just want to play the game. All right, 4,700. Okay, interesting. I mean, I deleted Facebook myself. Well, I deleted Facebook after a while too myself. It's just like I don't really have much to do on Facebook, so it could have just been one of those things. If you still want to keep in contact with your friend, though, I would try to find a way to get into contact with them and, you know, reach out and stuff. Sometimes, one thing that I've learned in life is like, if you haven't talked to somebody in a while, like you're just kind of creating a world full of friends who don't talk anymore that are too scared to reach out to each other, which is never a great thing. Like I had a friend a while ago when I was like 16, and he was like 14, and we used to like call and play games on Discord all the time, and then we stopped talking for a while, and I reached out to him last year because I was like, you know, curious what he was up to, and now me and him are like even closer than we were a few years ago because I decided to reach out. And had I not reached out to him, we probably would never have spoken again, to be honest. So sometimes it's just good to reach out to people you haven't talked to in a while. You never know what kind of, you know, connection you guys might have now, especially if it was a while ago and you guys grew up or whatever. Sorry for the weird, like, like rant about like inspirational rant, but yeah. The world's just full of people that are too scared to reach out to each other. That's something my friend told me. Not that friend, a different friend. Yeah, I muted for a bit. Sorry, my mom was talking to me. She just came back from work. I was saying hi. Sorry about that. I'm sure it's very obvious when I mute because obviously everything goes like literally quiet. You don't hear like even like the slightest like bit of background noise, and also you hear like the visual, like the audible click of my microphone because there's a button on my actual microphone to mute, which is obviously very close to the microphone itself, so you'll hear it before it actually goes off. Shouldn't be muted now, though. I just want my third teammate. I just want my third team member. Oh, Jesus, dude. I have those moments where I just zone out for no reason. Start doing like the dumbest things for like 5-10 seconds straight, just on stream. God damn it. Keep doing that. Alright, almost halfway done with the encounters this stream. After this one, we'll be at 4750. We'll be at the halfway point. Or maybe not if we get the shiny, but... oh, that's happening for a bit. Why is my counter not updating on stream? There it is. Took a second. Why do you do this to me, Bill? Why can't you be nice to me, Bill? Why do you do this? Oh, what's up, Overlord? How we doing? We're getting to 5,000 today. Unless we get the shiny. But, yeah, the more that thousands place goes up, the more I start to feel like this is just gonna go over odds. But the good thing is, if I keep it at the same rate, it'll only take a few more days before I get to, you know, above odds, so maybe it won't be that much longer. Hopefully I've done at least half of the work toward whatever encounter number it is that the shiny will pop up. Hopefully I'm not less than halfway there. Hopefully it's not going to take to 5 digits. That's my hope. It might, but I hope it doesn't. What do you mean, JK? Oh, you said it was high. You mean JK? Calling me Unk? He didn't even call me Unk this stream. Oh, message didn't send. Gotcha. No, that's fine. I'm old. Getting older the more that this hunt goes by as well. That's for sure. I'd be in my 30s by the time this EV shines. That would be crazy. There's no way that's gonna happen. Oh, that's not a number. $47.75, by the way. Getting close to 4,800. Yeah. 4777. 777 typically is a lucky number. Hopefully it doesn't literally take. So actually, no, that actually wouldn't be that bad. It would just be mildly inconvenient. Oh, dude. So many EVs. Alright, 10 more, we'll be at 4,800 though. Oh, oops. Keep doing that. Oops. God dang it. Why can't I just not? There we go. Mm-hmm. Evie, you see that Evie all the way down there, like at the bottom of the screen, where like right next to where it says currently hunting? I need you to match that exact color. All I ask. Or Bill, just give me an Eevee that's that color. How about that? It's not even that rare, Bill. Just don't even worry about it, Bill. Just give me a white Eevee. Alright, well, that's not gonna work. This is number 4800. I thought I could gaslight Bill to give me a shiny Eevee. I don't think he's going to. Alright, now at least. There we go, that's 4800. 200 left until we get to 5000, and I'm probably gonna call it a stream at 5000. Do you like the Star Wars games? I think I have vague memories of playing one or two of the Star Wars games when I was, like, probably in my early double-digit ages or maybe my late single-digit ages. Like, I remember I had this one Star Wars game that I really was it one of the Lego Star Wars games? I don't remember. I had a Star Wars game of some sort that I really liked. I forgot what it was. I remember finding it really fun though. I literally don't remember anything about it. I just remember it was fun. Yep. I think I've only ever watched like one of the Star Wars movies though, and it was so long ago that I remember nothing about it. Did I? Nope. Great. I'm dumb. Nope. I do that literally every time that happens. Strongest anime character I know? I think the strongest anime character in general is Goku now. Well, technically there's also shit like Zeno and Dragon Ball Z, which I guess that might be it. Probably, I would guess Zeno from Dragon Ball is probably the strongest one, right? Like, I'm not sure. I know power scaling is different in a lot of the anime, so it's hard to compare, but that's about the strongest one I can name. Oh, that's Gurren Lagann, right? The anti-spiral? Yeah. Damn. Is the anti-spiral really that strong? Obviously, he's literally, like, has the power of several galaxies, but... I mean, clearly Simone's stronger because he beat his ass. So, I mean, technically, wouldn't it be the Gurren Lagann robot at that point? I love Gurren Lagann. That is such a peak show. I love Gurren Lagann. Genuinely one of my favorite animes of all time. I've yet to rewatch it, but it's so good. Yeah, he's light years big. I mean, yeah. But isn't the Gurren Lagann robot at that point in the show also, like, about the same size? And also, they absolutely torched him. Like, they demolished that guy at, like, full power. So, technically speaking, the Gurren Lagann robot would be... Yes, I finished Gurren Lagann. I think I watched it twice over. It's such a good show. I found the only ever so slightly mild flaw, other than Kamina and Yoko's weird age gap relationship that I'm not going to discuss. I would say story-wise was the ending, and I don't want to say anything because it'll give spoilers, but a certain character's death at the end of the show, and them disappearing was, I feel like, just such a bittersweet ending that I feel like could have been done a little bit differently, in my opinion. But it also did kind of make sense. That's the only, like, mild flaw, I think, with that show. But otherwise, like, it's practically perfect. It is such a good show. And, like, all my friends who were like, oh, I'm not really into, like, mecha, like, animes, like animes like robots and, like, battle robots and stuff like that. Like, Gurren Lagann converted all of them. So, like, it's just so good. I love Gurren Lagann. Such a good show. Such a good show. I've never asked them specifically about Beyblade. I've also never watched Beyblade either, though. That's the thing. Also mildly unrelated, but the Gurren Lagann opening, like the OST, one of the most peak OSTs I think in anime history. Freaking actual freaking chill fuel that theme is. And YouTube ads are on the metal series of Beyblade. I'm so bad at keeping up with TV series. I still have to finish Gachi Akuda. I used to be so much better at it when I was like in my early teens, but now I'm just like so YouTube pilled. .48. I think you'd like Gita as a character. I mean, I've heard about Gita. That's a Gacha Kuda character, right? Maybe. $48.50. 4858. Closer and closer to 4900, which is closer and closer to 5000. YouTube ads, hold on. Alright. Oh, I'm so sore. Oh, I just got a crazy ass stretch, Jesus. Gen 8 legendaries went 3 for 3. Gen 8 legendaries? Well, there's Reggie Lecky, there's Reggie Drago. Well, there's obviously Zacian and Zamazenta. Are you talking about like the box arts? Like Zacian, Zamazenta, and then I guess Eternatus? Yeah. Yeah, Zacian, Zamazenta, and Eternatus are really cool. I will say I'm more of a Zacian person than a Zamazenta person, but I think Zamazenta is really cool too. Yeah, the main ones. Yeah, they're broken. That's for sure. They're definitely broken. Oh, oops. Yeah, the sword is tough. getting closer and closer to 4,900. I'm getting to that point in the fucking hunt where it's just like, not even like expecting the shiny anymore. I'm just doing the resets because logically I know it can happen, but not because I feel like it will happen, you know? We're at 99. And this is the 4,900th EV. And 100 more and we'll be at 5,000. That is half of 10,000 EVs, which is insane. Welcome back. I've got less than 100 encounters left before I hit 5,000, and I will probably end stream. Ooh. Did I shout at you? I didn't intend to shout at you. I wasn't shouting at anybody. Sometimes I get a little passionate. I never shout at people though. Like I get loud, like I can get loud, but I'm not like yelling directly at people, if that makes sense. Like I do it to be funny or whatever. It's never like a personal thing. Also, Lance is a cheater. He's not supposed to have a Dragonite at level 49. That's not me that's not me having an opinion. He is a cheater. You don't get Dragonite until level 55. It was a funny joke I was making. It wasn't directed at you or to be like mean or whatever. It's just sorry if you took offense. But Lance is a cheater. Alright, we got 75 left. Alright. Getting closer and closer to that 5,000 milestone. The elusive white Eevee continues to evade me. Fortunately. Which gym leaders do I like? Depends which gen. Just to name a few though, I like Watson from Hoenn. He's pretty cool. I think Wallace is pretty cool from Gen 3 as well. I think Koga from Gen 1 is pretty cool. Lieutenant Surge as a character is cool. I hate his gym puzzle, but I like him as like a gym leader. Brock's cool. Misty's cool. I don't remember a lot of the gym leaders from like the later gens, like 8 and 9. What is the name of the gym leader, the rock type gym leader in Gen 6? The Silage, I think it's Silage City that he's the leader of. I like that guy. Price from this gen is pretty cool. The ice type gym leader of this gen. That's just to name a few. Rorik from Gen 4 as well, I would say. But there's probably a lot more than that. Oh, Crasher Wake as well. Gym leaders from Kanto, Johto, Hoenn, Sinnoh, and Kalos. I don't care for Gen 9. Kanto, I mean, I don't really dislike any of them. Sabrina, I think, has the best team. The Psychic type leader. Blaine is also very cool. I like Blaine a lot. Giovanni has a lot of aura to him, and he has a pretty solid team as well. Like, I don't really dislike any of the gym leaders from Gen 1. Gen 2, I think Bugsy's pretty cool and has a really cool team, considering he's only the second gym leader. Because I love Scyther. Grant. Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. Yeah, and then there's Faulkner, right, which is the flying type leader. He's pretty cool from this gen. Who is the electric type gym leader? The last gym leader of Generation 4. I forget his name. He has a pretty cool team though, and I think he's a pretty cool gym leader. He's the dude that like is so bored of winning all the time, and then gets so excited when somebody finally beats him when you beat him. That gym leader from Sinnoh. I'm trying to remember his name. I can't remember his name. Oh, Corinna? Yeah, Corinna's cool. I like Corinna as well. Yeah, Volkner. Yeah, Volkner's sick. I love Volkner. Flannery from Hoenn is really good as well. I think she has a really cool team. Norman's team is probably one of my favorite gym leader teams. And he's also like literally the main character's dad. So that's a plus, I guess. It's like the only main character that has a father canonically in any of the Pokemon games. Tate and Liza are annoying. Like unironically, like I think they're so annoying to fight, and also character-wise, they're just not my favorite. Winona, I think, is very cool. Winona has a cool team as well. Like most of the gym leaders, I think are pretty cool. Not many of them I don't like. Only ones I can definitively say I don't really like that I can name right now are Whitney and maybe Tay and Liza. That's about it. The other ones are either just like okay or I like them. Like Erica, the grass type leader of Kanto. I'm not crazy about her, but like I don't dislike her. She isn't a gym leader, but I think one like trainer that I feel like is so overlooked in the remakes of the Hoenn games is Zinnia. Like the dragon type trainer that you encounter in the Delta episode of Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. She is so cool. She's low-key a weirdo, but she's cool and she has a really awesome team. And I like her foreshadowing in the main story before you actually get to meet her in the Delta episode. And she has one of my favorite battle themes of all time in any of the Pokemon games. Oh, oops, sorry, Bill. Ugh. Gyarados should have been a dragon type. It would have made so much more sense. It gets more dragon type moves than it does flying type moves. Like beyond just like the egg groups and stuff. Like it should have just. It also just looks very dragon like. Like I'm not even though it's not a dragon type, I'm not really even mad that Lance has that. Because it unironically it should have been dragon type. I think the only reason Gyarados wasn't dragon type was because they wanted to only have like one Pokemon with the dragon typing, that being Dragonite, when Gen 1 came out. But like Gyarados really should be dragon type. Like I don't understand why it's flying type. And there's been cases of Pokemon's changing typing in later gens, so I'm not sure why they never changed Gyarados. I think it's because the only real cases where they changed typing like that was for like fairy types. Like normal types that turned into fairy types when fairy type was introduced type of thing. But I feel like they could have made an exception for Gyarados because it's so easily a dragon type. Alright, 25 left of the stream. We'll be at another milestone of 5,000. It's a lot of freaking EVs, dude. Galaxy type? I wonder what that would imply. Like some sort of space typing? Maybe? I think it'd make more sense if it was like space type or something like that. And then like maybe Deoxys would get that or something. And obviously and maybe like Lunala and Solgaleo. Like that could be an interesting typing to add. But I don't think they're ever going to add another typing. I think the only other typing they might have left is like a light type. But they already have fairy type, which is pretty close to that anyways. But I think light type would be interesting because it would introduce... I could be wrong. I don't think there are two types that exist that are super effective against each other. I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, leave it in the chat what two types are super effective against each other. But I think it would, if they added light type, I think it would be the first instance of that, where light would be super effective against dark, and dark would be super effective against light. Sound type could also work. Because they already have sound-based moves, and they could just change the typing of those moves. So I feel like sound type could easily work. And you know damn well X-Cloud would be, like, immediately changed to that typing. And I guess Whismur and Loudred. Ghost? No, but that's a singular typing. That is, I'm not talking about types that are super effective against, like, their own type. I'm talking about two different types that are super effective against each other. Like, for example, Dark is super effective against Ghost, but Ghost isn't super effective against Dark. So that's not the case of that. Like, it has to be two different types. Like, that's why I think Light type would be cool. It'd be a cool concept to have, like, Light being super effective against Dark, but Dark also being super effective against Light. But Fairy type is pretty close to that. The only thing is that Fairy resists Dark. But Fairy type, I feel like, has a lot of the characteristics that a Light type Pokemon would have that isn't that. So I'm not sure if they would ever add that. But I think they could add Light and Sound as types. And there would be an even 20 typing, which I feel like would be pretty cool. There is, yeah, soundproof. That is true. So yeah, I guess they would have to either get rid of that ability if they wanted to add a sound type, or... yeah. Actually, they wouldn't, or they could just revamp it, because there are also abilities out there that completely eat away other Pokemon type. Like, for example, Earth Eater just completely stops all ground type attacks, or Levitate completely stops all ground type attacks. Stuff like that. So they could, Soundproof could still exist, and there could still be a sound typing. I think what they would maybe do is maybe buff Soundproof so that you get a boost, maybe, by getting hit with a sound type move. No, you're good. Don't worry about it. I needed to further clarify, because I think the phrasing was a little confusing at first. Alright, 10 left of the stream. Let's do a little count up for the last 10. Ready? One. Two. The slowest count to 10 of all time. 3. 4. Five. Alright, here we are, last 5. Six. Seven. Eight. 9. Alright. Here it is. Big moment right here. Big milestone. 5,000 EVs. No shiny yet. But if we need to get to 5-digit encounters, we are halfway there. Which is I guess both good and bad. Yeah, but I think that's all I'm gonna do for this stream for right now. I'm probably gonna stream later tonight. I would assume. Doing the same shit. Hopefully getting an EV and probably not getting an EV. But yeah, that's all I got for right now. Happy I got to 5,000. Hopefully this EV won't take too much longer. Fingers crossed. But yeah. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for keeping me company. Thanks for watching the whole way through. Or at least most of the way through. I'll see y'all. Catch y'all later.